Hello everyone, I am Sergio, in case you don't know me yet. This is my first video speaking English on YouTube, and I made this video to show you how intonation can change completely the meaning of something that we say in Spanish. I will show you 10 examples and you will be able to pronounce them correctly, to communicate in an effective way, and to transmit the information that you really want to say. Number one, I'm going to compare two sentences. Me gusto, me gustó. In the first case, the stressed syllable is gus. Me gusto. That means I like myself. In the second case, gustó, to is the strong syllable, the stressed syllable in this case, and it means I liked him, her, or it in the past. Me gusto, present tense, me gustó, past tense. The same thing happens if we change the pronoun and we say te gusto, te gustó, te gusto, you like me, te gustó, you liked him, her, or it in the past again. Number two, hacia, hacia. Hacia is a preposition which means something like towards. Hacia is a past tense from the verb hacer, to do or to make. For example, cuando era adolescente hacía surf. When I was a teenager, I used to do surfing. El tren va hacia Madrid. The train goes to Madrid, or the train goes towards Madrid. Hacia, past tense. Hacia, preposition. Remember. Number three, cartel, cartel. Cartel is a sign where you can see some type of information. Cartel is a criminal organization, also known as a mafia, for example. El cartel dice prohibido fumar. The sign says no smoking, or is not allowed to smoke. El líder del cártel fue arrestado por la policía. The leader of the cartel was arrested by police. Number four. This is quite funny because it's something that new generations say. It's not something really common in old people in Spain. In this case, the difference is that if we pronounce this word with an affirmative tone, we mean something. If we use an interrogative intonation, we mean something really different. If we say perdona, 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 we mean excuse me. If we say perdona, 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 it's a way to show that you are impressed, that you cannot believe what you're hearing. It's something like, are you kidding me? For example, perdona, excuse me, perdona, ¿podrías decirme qué hora es? Excuse me, could you tell me what time is it? But if we say, te he organizado una cita a ciegas esta noche. I organized or I arranged a blind date for you tonight. Imagine that your friend says this to you one day. You would feel really surprised. A Spanish person could say in this situation to show that you are really surprised and you don't agree a lot with that decision. You would say, "Perdona? Perdona? Like, seriously? Really? Are you kidding me?" Number 5. Papa, papa. Papa is a way to say dad in Spanish. It's like a tender way to say dad. Papa is potato. Even though we also say patata. It's much more common to say patata. At least for me, at least in my area. Imagine that your dad makes dinner Sunday and you see what he prepared and you say to him, "Papá, esa papa está quemada." I'm going to repeat. "Papá, esa papa está quemada." That potato is burnt. It's a way to say, "What did you do?" Some people also use the pronunciation papa to refer to his or her dad, but it's more common to say papa. It depends on the family, but in my case, I always said papa, mama, not papa, mama, even though also many people say this in Spain. Number 6. Estás. For example, imagine that you are with your friend and you see a photo of your friend on Instagram where he appears with some girls and you ask him, "Are you with these girls in the volleyball team?" Are you is estás. These girls, estas, because it's feminine plural. ¿Estás con estas chicas en el grupo de voleibol? Are you with these girls in the volleyball team? It's very similar, but it makes a big difference, the pronunciation. So be careful and try to pronounce correctly if you want to sound natural and to be easily understood by people. Number 7. Bio. In this case, the spelling of the words is quite different because in one case we use the letter B from Barcelona, for example, and B is difficult for me to pronounce because in Spanish B and V is the same pronunciation. Barcelona, Valencia, same pronunciation. Barcelona, Valencia, at least in current Spanish. Many years ago it was supposed to be different, but nowadays we pronounce the same way. Bio, past tense of ver, to see, to watch. Bio is a very popular way to refer to organic food that you can find in a supermarket. For example, ella vio un producto bio muy interesante en el supermercado. She saw a very interesting organic product in the supermarket. Ella vio un producto bio muy interesante en el supermercado. Ella vio un producto bio. Maybe it's difficult for you to notice the difference, but for a Spanish speaker, it's obvious. Number 8. Bolo. In this case, it's the same. In the first case, we say bolo with B or Barcelona. It means pen. Bowling. When you play bowling, the object that you have to hit with the ball. Voló is a past tense of the verb volar, to fly. So if we say el bolo voló, we are saying something like the pen flew. It's not very common to say this, but there is a big difference. Voló, voló, strong syllable, voló, voló, past tense of volar, to fly. Number 9, cuadro, cuadró, cuadro, cuadró. Cuadro means painting, also means square, because paintings usually have a square shape. Cuadró is a past tense of the verb cuadrar, which can have different meanings depending on the context. But that is not the topic I'm talking about here. For example, el cuadro es muy bonito. The painting is really nice. It's really nice. El cuadro es muy bonito. La factura del restaurante no cuadró con lo que pedimos. The restaurant bill didn't match what we ordered. In the invoice, in the bill, the information was not correct. I'm going to repeat the sentence. La factura del restaurante no cuadró con lo que pedimos. Cuadró. Okay? Cuadro, painting or square. Cuadró. In this case, will be match. Didn't match. Match. No cuadró. And finally, caso, casó. Caso is a noun. It means case. For example, a criminal case that the police is trying to resolve. Casó is a past tense of the verb to marry, but not marry yourself with somebody else when you join two people. Imagine you are a priest, for example. So let's see these two sentences. El caso fue resuelto por la policía. The case was resolved by the police. El caso fue resuelto por la policía. Él casó a sus amigos porque es cura. Él casó a sus amigos porque es cura. He married his friends because he's a priest. He joined them in a marriage. It's something different. Caso, casó. So now that you know this, you will be more careful when you pronounce. And remember, the strong syllable is really important. You have to respect that if you don't want to have misunderstanding and even uncomfortable situations. So if you like the video, let me know in the comments, and if you have any doubt, any question about what I talk about today, write that on the comments as well. I hope you liked the video, and I hope this was useful for you, at least with any examples, and thank you for watching my videos. Have a good day.